And hello everybody! How's everybody doing tonight? We are randomly on another channel just for the shits and giggles of it. So, I think tonight we're going to try and go through PragerU. We're going to have some fun. We've got Dave with us, we got Amanda, and we've got Sam. So, everybody, if you just want to just say hello and who are you? No.
Hello.
No, everybody's shy. Nobody wants to introduce themselves. Right, Dave. Dave, you're who?
I'm Dave, and I randomly appear on other people's streams mostly.
Do you have a channel of your own, Dave?
I occasionally do something.
Occasionally, like maybe once a day, have a stream about questions.
While the lockdown's going on, yes.
While the lockdown's going on. Right, well, we've got that anyway. Mama, what have you got coming up?
Stop, I don't do this shit.
I'm just trying to make it as awkward for him as possible.
Yes, it's absolutely awkward. I don't like being on camera. You're all a bunch of wankers, but we're trying this out anyway. Sam, what have you got coming up on your channel? More GIMP masks? Or GIMP controls? Or GIMP... What was it, GIMP?
Yeah, everything about GIMP. Yeah, my channel is the same name.
This sounds like a channel I'd like.
Huh? Yeah, well, yeah, GIMP is a graphics program, but my channel is of the same name, GeoSam. So I'm trying to get together some things to make dual monitor wallpaper, so you can use one piece of wallpaper, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do it in like double time, so it's gonna be like speeded up, and it's gonna be great. So that's what I'm up to.
Perfect. Right. Well, on that, we are going to... tonight we're going to attempt to debunk PragerU, because we know how intelligent they are, we know how much they have to say, and very opinionated they are, and Dave loves PragerU, so we're going with that. Yeah.
My favourite channel.
Hmm?
My favourite channel.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought mine was your favourite channel, but...
I would have figured your favorite channel would have some sort of porn, to be honest with you.
Not on YouTube.
I don't call them channels.
Not on YouTube, just on the TV anywhere. Just
No.
porn. That
Favorite channel. PragerU, really? PragerU is your favorite?
And actually, there is pornish stuff on YouTube. You just have to kind of look for it.
How'd you find it?
I'll teach you later.
I need search parameters.
Search parameters. Give me search parameters. Right. Moving on, everybody. Past the porn and straight on to the PragerU. Okay, right. Let me see if I can get this right. Live production. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. That should come up. We are at 1.5 speed because it's... Makes no difference. He talks that fucking slow. Wonderful topics that we are going to have today. Not a fan of the mask. Don't like wearing masks during the bad sea. When do you become an owl? Oh, fuck this shit. We'll just hit play.
How many have we done thus far?
Can
Over
we see the
130.
video?
That's almost 3 years.
We hear the video.
Yeah.
The beauty
thank
of this
you.
is it's completely non-scripted. I just get a chance to share.
There, are you happy now?
And Otto,
Yes.
my trusty bulldog
dog
here, is a
absolutely
good guy. We weren't going to
has
put a face mask on.
What? Look at the dog. Yes, we're randomly going to be pausing this to keep ourselves within the law. So, that poor dog.
Just wait. He wants to put a mask on the dog.
He what?
He wants to put a mask on the dog.
I think there's been at least 2 confirmed cases of dogs with COVID, is there not?
Cats.
Cats. Tony Design said that it was dogs. He had paper. He had receipts. Right.
Most of them are first. COVID.
Has anybody else anything to comment on except for the poor dog?
Who's the fuck on the seat?
Manda?
Zoonotic diseases that can be passed from animal to human don't always affect the animals as it does the humans. So regardless of the fact that dogs and cats might be getting COVID, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make them as sick as it makes us. Just so you know.
Thank you, scientist lady. We would be lost without you.
I'm sure you would.
So we've got a poor overweight dog and another and
Or overweight dog.
and another overweight dog.
Yeah,
but
that phony
I think you would
fire
reject it.
he's got going there.
I'm not a big
Is the fire phony? Yeah, probably is.
fan of these. I mean, if with strangers in very confined spaces, I understand it. But outside, when you're walking your dog, where I broadcast from in Glendale, California, they made an announcement. They called you up, and I played it on my radio show a number of times.
Right.
That you have to wear it at all times, including outside when you walk your pet.
So you have to wear a mask when you go outside. That's fucking insane.
He's full of shit. He's full of shit.
Fucking insane.
You don't have to do that.
That walk your pet. They don't want to
Especially in America, it depends on where you are anyway. Like here in Georgia, I mean, everything is fucking nobody gives a shit. Some of the stores and stuff ask you to do it, but you go out in town or something, Georgia just is open.
The problem is that people won't follow the normal guidelines.
Yeah.
Masks aren't wonderful for most things. But you've got to, if you're not following the guidelines, a mask is a simple way to kind of enforce some of them.
Yeah.
Well, here in Arizona, where I live, I live in the desert. I go outside. There's not a soul around for miles.
Which makes it insane to wear a mask.
Yeah, I don't have a mask. I wear a bandana around my face because I can't get a mask.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's better
that's-
than nothing. But when I
Sam,
go to the
where are
store,
you in Arizona?
where I'm in Surprise, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So
Surprise!
yeah,
Well,
surprise.
I'm wearing my U of A shirt, so I went to U of A, and I also lived in Tucson for a while. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's way down. That's north of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it. I've only been here about 6 years, but there's nobody around outside or nothing. But I wear the mask and the gloves when I go to the store. That's it. That's the only place I go, though.
And you were adamant about that. You said there the other day you even ignored your brother because you seen him, he wasn't wearing anything, and you were like, no, I'm not talking to you. Fuck off.
That's right. That's right. Well, he's a Christian, and he thinks that he's protected somehow.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
The blood
That
of
would have to be
Jesus.
the blood of Jesus.
Yeah. Why do we keep
Yeah.
getting notifications that you're uploading videos, Dave?
Always.
Doing that
You
like
only
right
just
now.
got that notification. That notification went out like 45 minutes ago.
Okay. Well,
Randomly,
Yeah.
middle of the night, 3 in the morning, Dave has set his computer to upload a video. I'm testing times. I'm trying to sleep. Fuck's sake. Moving on.
I don't think I'll be any later than 1 a.m. now.
what?
I don't think there will be any in testing the times. I think after 1 a.m. is out my time.
Yeah.
Ah.
Right. Moving on.
discriminate unless they say walk your dog, which 99% of people who walk an animal are walking, but they don't want to be accused of cataphobia or any other bigotry.
What's
No, they
cataphobia?
don't give a shit about being accused of bigotry over walking your pet. It's just use the generic term. You're making a fucking mountain out of nothing.
Mhm.
Nobody is making anybody wear a mask when they're out alone taking their dog out either. Just saying.
Yeah, it's being
So.
sensible. It's just being sensible.
Tree against any other animal species. Anyway, that's absurd. I can't stand the absurd. I won't be controlled by the absurd, and I would prefer a fine to giving into the absurd. I'm not going to. I do walk regularly now, and I'm
Good.
not
Do it
within
like they did
a
in
quarter of a
fucking
mile of other
Australia.
human beings.
Slap $1,000 fine on them for going out when they weren't supposed to. That's what saved Australia, and they're starting to open again. So
Yeah, but he mentioned cataphobia, and that's just a real inflation of what it is.
Yeah.
Because cataphobia is fear of being killed because you say you keep words in your mind that you can't say. It's a strange thing, cataphobia.
No, he's not talking about that.
Well, I don't know what he means then.
He is trying to. Okay, this is one of those things. He is trying to equate referring to walking pets instead of walking dogs with the whole pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Wait.
Well, he's
So
he's
as-
off base.
So
He's
instead
off
of using they, their, them, you should be using he and she. It's ridiculous that he's doing it.
Yeah.
It's PragerU, man.
Because nobody's outside. I mean, it's just. But even if they were walking up and down this block outside this house, I would not wear a mask. It's bad enough having all these laws at this time when they're not rational. I have a very bad reaction.
The laws in America right now are not rational. They needed to be strategically organized.
Yeah, but I don't think he's talking about the law,
No.
them laws.
No, I know.
Yeah. You know, wearing a mask and putting gloves on and stuff, it's totally irrational. Washing your hands, fucking irrational.
How dare you expect someone to wash their hands?
I know.
Yeah, well, it's irrational
like
if you have magical
people-
thinking.
Makes
Oh. Boop. Sorry, right. We ready to move on then? Manda, you threw your hands up in the air. Have you anything else to add to the irrational thought?
Nope, I'm good.
stupid rules. So anyway, I was only mentioning that he would reject his mask, just like I would. All right. Anyway, welcome to the fireside chat. So I always open up with a thought or two, and then I take your questions. So here's a thought. I am about to.
The dog is dead.
That's all Manda's work. Fuck the video. Can someone poke the dog and see if the dog's alive?
You're right. You have to put a mirror by its nose to see if it's breathing.
I swear to God, I haven't seen it breathe or anything.
Okay, we watch. We're 1.5
It's been
speed.
paused most of the time.
Will his stomach go up and down?
record the annual commencement address for PragerU. We
Oh,
give a
it moved. It did move. There was a small movement. It did move. Yes. You just
How
can't
does
see
a
in the small screen.
non-university have a commencement address?
Pardon?
How does a non-university have a commencement address?
I don't know.
It's a
How does it
make-believe.
have classes?
It's a make-believe commencement address.
Totally real, totally valid.
It's a faux commensurate address.
Possibly.
I like it that this person is unbelievably pissed off about the names that people require to call themselves, and about being polite, and he still calls himself a fucking university.
The hypocrisy.
Yeah, the
commencement
irony
address
is
every
deep.
every June. We've had some wonderful people give
There.
it.
There we go. He's
Given the
alive. Hey,
circumstances,
puppy.
We can't bring these people in, but I will be doing it. And one of the things that I will be talking about is the act of becoming an adult. And it's a great subject.
Like, you know, wearing fucking masks during a pandemic like a fucking adult.
Believing fairy tales?
I was going to ask you, Dave,
Yeah,
how you, seeing as you're, you know, one of the smart people on the panel here, when is it that you become an adult? If you could inform us.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dave, please.
103.
103. As long as we know. Thanks for telling.
What does it mean
that
to become an
dog?
adult? A lot of you watching are young people. Let me tell you something that I have been telling young.
A lot of people that watch PragerU are young people. Can we confirm that? I doubt it.
I don't know.
No, the people watching PragerU are like fucking
Citation
me and
needed.
Dave's
Citation.
parents. Me and Dave's dads, that's for sure.
People since I was young, because I started lecturing in my 20s. And it's a great point that most young people don't think about.
No.
How does he
Okay.
know what most young people think? Look at him.
He is hip and down with the kids.
Yeah, he's in with the in crowd.
You can't call it lecturing if you're just giving speeches and like spewing your bullshit. You're not doing it at a college or anything. It's not.
Let it out, Manda. Let it out. Tell us how you really
Where's
feel.
the fact? The guy's got no facts. He's just stating things. He's making assertions.
Yep.
You don't become an adult when you reach a certain age. That is the common belief of a young person. When are you adult? They say, 21.
No.
When are you-
That's because from every important thing that matters, becoming an adult is a legal issue.
Yeah.
No, he needs a citation for that too.
No, well, you can't
How does
drink,
he
you
know
can't
that?
drive, you can't do these things.
No. The issue is he has a set of behaviour he thinks are adult. Okay,
Right.
and that's what he thinks. He thinks you once you start decide to do this behavior, that you're an adult.
Right.
But
But
it's like one of those things. There's no agreement on what the fucking hell that is.
Yeah, but that's PragerU's little universe where he that's what he thinks it is.
Well, it's him. He is an adult because he thinks what he thinks, and when everyone thinks what he thinks, they'll be adults too.
Right. So what we think doesn't matter. We have to go by what PragerU thinks.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you want to say, are you an adult? If we're going to have a list of criteria, I'm going to go with doesn't believe in fairy tales as number one.
First and foremost, Santa's not real.
He's
That's
done
a good
this shit
start.
130 times before.
Pardon, Manda?
Jesus fucking Christ, what does he talk about? How much hate and ignorance can one possibly spew?
So you've never heard of PragerU before, no?
No, I have, but look at the top. It says episode number 130.
131.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And this is just the
He's
far
done it
side.
130 times before.
yeah, but that they inflate their numbers. So he could have had other streams and he's just adding numbers to numbers. So, you know.
No, these are
That's
particular far side chats. We get the fake dog, we like the fake fire.
You're really an adult. Okay, 35, whatever it might be. It's not true. You become an adult only when you decide to become an adult. Otherwise, you
What?
remain a child.
My 7-year-old
there were-
decided to become an adult.
Yeah.
There would be so many 9-year-old adults out there
Yeah.
because every fucking little kid wants to be an adult.
My wee
Think
girl's
about it.
3 and she was running around the day going, I'm the boss, I'm a big girl, I'm the boss. She's 3.
Yeah. You're not the boss of me.
Apparently, she's an adult now.
Yep.
Yep. According to
Yeah.
PragerU.
Have you got
And
any
I
coal
guess-
mines nearby you can send her down?
Yeah, and I guess
I was
any
thinking the
9-year-old
chimney. The chimney needs cleaned. She's just about the right size to fit up the chimney.
She'd be perfect for that.
Fucking perfect for that. She likes to climb.
No, Angel's pretty skinny. He could do it.
He's got the hair. He doesn't need a brush.
Oh, poor Angel.
So if anyone can be an adult at any age, he didn't specify an age.
No,
He just
that's
said
the
anyone.
point. It's not when there's an age, it's when you decide to become an adult.
So he just contradicted himself.
No, he laid down a
not-
criteria
no.
that's just, yeah.
I'm seeing
I'll prove
insanity,
that.
but I'm not seeing a
The
contradiction.
number of people my age who are children is very large. And I became aware of this very early because it was disappointing to me when I would realize how many immature people of my age at any given age when I was 20.
There's a difference between being immature and being a child.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
25,
doesn't
35,
make that
45, it didn't matter.
distinction.
I just,
Like, I know mature children, that I would much rather, you could talk to them there's some fucking stupid immature adults out there.
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't believe it, like, grow up. And this was, I'll give you an example, interestingly. So I read a tremendous amount, generally, and especially now, of every variation on the theme of the quarantine and the self-isolation. So the Daily Mail out of Britain had a piece on a guy whom I never heard of, but that means nothing because I think he's in Hollywood, but I know he's in the media, not the news media, entertainment media. And he's apparently quite famous because the article was about the guy. And even if I knew the name...
Could you just let everyone know from the UK, Dave, what do we think of the Daily Mail?
Oh, well, it's one of the most highly respected newspapers in the UK.
Thanks.
It is considered the most right-wing of the thing. It basically just prints absolute utter bullshit.
Bollocks.
Almost good. If I had to find a single cause for why the country voted for Brexit, lies in the Daily Mail would be it.
So it's like the Star here in the U.S. that newspaper that's like a rag.
I do not read newspapers. Haven't seen a newspaper in so long. Who buys newspapers now?
Yeah, same here.
Yes, but the generation that buys newspapers is of that generation that still will regularly vote. Right. More examples of not growing up.
name I wouldn't say it because my intention is not to insult
Reading
him.
the Daily Mail.
Anyway, this is what the headline was. So and so says I've gone 5 weeks without sex. It is the longest since I was in high school. And he's 51. And he's not married. And I'm thinking,
That dirty bastard.
Well, what does he
That's my
expect?
point.
He's not married. He's
Why is it
51.
that Christians are obsessed with sex?
You're not
Who
allowed
cares?
to. Bad. It's bad, Dave.
Who cares? Why is that even an issue?
Because he thinks he should have grown out of wanting sex, even though it's basically our primary fucking driver.
I see.
Yeah.
That makes no sense at all. Thank you.
It's insane. Like, it really is. There's such... It's amount of control, especially with sex. And it's drummed into people at such a young age. You can't do it until you're married. You're not allowed to do it till you're married. You must find that one person. It's a holy act. It's wonderful because it's intimate. And just because it's intimate and means something doesn't mean that you have to wait to marriage. And fucking need to figure things out first, like, you know.
Well, I think he's simplifying things for people who don't really think about these things. You know, they don't think about them deeply, so they need someone to tell them what to think, and this is what PragerU does. So he has a spot. He's actually made a spot for himself by telling people what they should think, because they don't think.
I will give you that. People do like and appreciate as a mass having a leader or group or someone in charge to tell them what to do.
Oh, this is why I disagree with an awful lot of the community that, as we exist, the atheist secular community, because they think that the idea of that everyone should think about everything, that this idea that people should be expected. Oddly enough, Steve is on the back of this, given that he's a highlight at the moment. That people should learn about and understand the meaning of a deeper meaning of the word.
Yeah.
And most people don't give a shit. That's
No.
the point.
Yep.
And they shouldn't be expected to. Why the fuck should you? You don't need it in your daily life to understand the philosophical meanings of a fucking word. You just need to know how to use it.
Yeah, this is what I've said multiple times on the channel. You know, whenever I have these conversations in real life, nobody talks about the things that we talk about. It's like, oh, we must elevate ourselves to a higher level. It is unnecessary, and sometimes it's just easier to just talk to the person.
Yes. And the problem we've got is that if we don't do that, people like this will. If you can't give it to them in a simple way that's not patronizing and not necessarily in depth.
Right. Well, that's what gives him his spot
Yes.
Yeah.
because he is explaining these things to people who don't think about these things.
In a
Yes.
very simplified, colloquial, mainstream way that they will all understand and agree and line up with.
Exactly.
You know, and there's no... To be a free thinker or skeptic or whatever the fucking label you want to put on it does not mean that we must all align together. It also does not mean that we must fight with each other or need to be, as Dave says, know everything about everything. Manda, go on ahead. You've been down to talk.
Fucking fight about like what the definition of atheism is, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm fucking tired of it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
It's
Manda,
fucking
you've only been introduced to it for about 2 weeks. It's going on 2 years.
Why? Who the
Because
fuck
he wants
cares?
to talk to you about it. Because he is disingenuous about how he introduces him. He butts himself into conversations.
Yeah, he's definitely skirting the issues and simplifying everything.
It's not just him though. The people he's fighting with. Why the fuck are you fighting about it? Either side. Shut the fuck up.
Because they're talking at cross purposes usually,
What did you say, Dave?
and they can't. The problem is people don't like to walk away when they think they are being told that they are wrong. I mean, I've got hit with Steve twice. And both times I walked away because I can do that, but most people can't.
Yeah.
It's you got to what you can't win against him because he won't.
He won't move.
Wants
Or-
everything to be unbelievably accurate in language that we don't use in normal language.
No, not in conversations you're having with people on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're
It's like
talking
you
to
don't-
someone, if you're having a casual conversation with someone, you don't have to whip out a dictionary and start defining what you're talking about.
No. I mean, sometimes occasionally it helps to poke in a direction, but that's not the. But it comes down to do you know something? Well, most normal people will answer the question as to yes, they know something, or no, they don't know something, right? But that could be, you could have weeks of philosophical debate as to whether or not you fucking know something.
Oh yeah.
But that's not really relevant to whether or not you know something. Did you leave the fucking car lights on? Well, how can we know if we left the fucking car lights on?
Well, that's the whole thing about philosophy. It's all about arguing and not really coming to a consensus, but just arguing.
As Dave said, like, one of my own personal experiences there before the COVID and all came, one of the best conversations I'd had in real life was with a truck driver who considered himself to be spiritual. Used to be Christian, and we ended up having a conversation, and the main reason it could be boiled down to that he is now spiritual is because whenever his son or daughter died, he was devastated, he was destroyed, and he realized that there was more. He didn't get anything from the church, he got it from the community, and he was smart enough to know that. But he didn't take that last step because of the foundation that's there from Christianity and everything in our raising and stuff like that. Most people will end up as, unless they're given a kick or push or thought. But it's taking that first step to get them to that. And we had a fantastic conversation. We talked about 40 minutes, and I found out about his family and what he'd been through and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, of course things that he said was wrong according to the internet atheists, but I knew what he meant by the context of the way he said it and how he put it across, and it doesn't matter that he used words wrong. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
And it's getting
Right,
past that.
Right. And that's the whole point of it. You don't need to whip out a dictionary and go to some website to find out. If someone says, oh, this crayon is green, is it really green? It's like, come on, dude, it's green.
It's not worth it. Right.
Yeah.
Back to PragerU.
It's not non-marital sex. That is not at all my point. My point is that the implication obviously was the guy, is sort of a womanizer, and otherwise, if he had a girlfriend, he'd be self-isolating with her, right? So obviously, he's having regular sex with any number of women.
That dirty fucking 51-year-old.
Wait a minute. He just said the guy hasn't had sex. Now he's saying he's having regular sex.
No, but the point he's making is the guy
right.
isn't getting any since the COVID kicked in, so he's pointing out that he must have been having regular marital sex with other people before that.
Yeah, well, that's just...
Firstly, that's an incorrect implication.
Yeah, that's
He's lying
conjecture.
because he wants to.
That's conjecture.
It doesn't mean his girlfriend didn't live with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
you've got one way of looking at this, which is he was fucking shagging a different woman every night, and he's not shagged someone in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Because of, but it's equally valid and probably more likely to be true that he's got a regular girlfriend that lived fucking 50 miles away that he saw on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
He's deciding to read this in the way that moralistically he doesn't like the most.
Yeah, it's
Well,
making it
has
an
to-
extreme.
it has to comport with what he thinks and believes. Otherwise, it's wrong.
So, we've acquired that he's an asshole.
Well,
And again, my
I
point
fucking knew that already.
Hey!
is not moral. My point is growing up. As a guy, I totally get it. See any of my videos on male sexual nature, read anything I've written about it.
That's right, because only men have sex drives. Women
Yeah.
just lay there. We don't care about the sex because we don't like it.
It's evil.
Fucking,
Evil.
I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
You're a whore if you like sex. That's it. They're the only people that like sex.
Yeah, you're a whore or none. You don't get a choice. It's one or the other. That
We're only 6 minutes in. This is insane.
This is why I told you to do it this fast.
And 6
Let's
minutes
let
is
it-
actually fucking not 6 minutes. 6 minutes is like 4.
Let's let him talk a little longer before we say something.
No, it's very hard to get that in OJ.
I know.
The man opens
I know.
his mouth and things come
know.
out.
I completely, males want variety. We are built to have variety, okay? I'm not happy about it. I'm not unhappy about it. It just is what it is.
How the hell does he know that? Where
Because
did
he
get
had
that from?
drives. But he's overcome his drives.
This. Okay.
That's like so stupid, man. Where is that coming from?
Well,
It's coming from the Bible,
church.
I guess.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I think we need a hand man, a baseball bat, and a Prager U-shaped punch bag that she can beat the fuck out of.
Oh my god, this is bad.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was going to make a joke there, but I'll not. Okay, moving on.
So I understand that, but I don't understand how he never grew up. You mean you're still doing what, guys naturally do, maybe.
So you're still doing what guys naturally do, but it's natural, but you're still doing it, you bad man.
Yep.
High school, certainly college, post-college, you're 51 and you're still, if I may be colorful, screwing around.
You think he's
At
bothered that his
51?
wife doesn't want to sleep with him anymore?
Probably.
This is what the problem is.
Yeah. Sexual repression.
No, he's
Honestly,
probably
has anybody ever wanted to sleep with that man?
I hope not.
No.
What?
He's married and has children. So what the fuck do we know?
Yeah, he's
No,
doing it
that's
right.
it.
He's
He
doing
has
it right.
kids.
We're all wrong. He's doing it right. Look at that lovely house he has with his fake dog and his fake fire and all them books that he's read. He is so well achieved.
I'm very
We haven't-
dubious to books that colour match.
Yeah, what are they?
So obviously, a decorator put that room together, and therefore those are not books he's read.
No.
Yeah, it's a set. It's a
Yeah,
set.
it's a set.
It never occurred to you that you might want to grow up and commit to a woman and make a home and make a family?
As Dave says, taking the worst possible route. Didn't think that he was committed.
See, and of course, there was not even an implication in the article that this is an issue. It was just, oh my God, wow, it's gone 5 weeks. That's an example of not being an adult. The guy's not an adult. When you're doing that at 51, you're still a kid.
So
Yeah, but what he's saying
Having
he's not
sex
an adult because
is-
he's not married?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
Yes, it
Sorry.
is.
But
All right? If he was 25, I'd say no, I wouldn't say anything. It wouldn't be of interest. He's 51.
it's just insane the way you can just do that. The fact that he has a whole thing about not having numbers and then actually states that it's okay at 51, or not okay at 51, but okay at 25.
Yeah.
Is he going to still be doing this at 61?
So
Hopefully.
what is a guy
don't have a commitment
supposed
to
to
growing
do
up, you don't
if he's over 50 and's got nothing, right? What is he supposed to do? Just sit around and twiddle his thumbs?
No, the other thing. By himself, alone.
Twiddle his other thing.
I'm looking forward to the next one. We're just about to go on to what I think is going to be Manda's favourite section. How do women define masculinity? Before we go into that, Manda, do you and could you explain to us, being the only woman on the panel, I'm very sorry. But
I think it's a bald head.
a bald head. Yes.
With a nice beard. I don't know.
Yeah, beard goes well. Beard goes well.
Red hair.
Oh, just so. Oh fuck! This is live, isn't it? Right. Moving on. It's good. It's not. This is on the main channel. No, this will never be uploaded to the main channel. Everybody watching this on the main channel, just ignore that last bit. So, Manda, how do women define masculinity?
We don't.
Grow up. So, I mean, there are many, many ways and manifestations of being an adult. The most obvious is taking responsibility for your life, being responsible. In fact, I do a male-female hour on my radio show.
Being responsible for your actions and your abilities, although we will just shift everything up to God.
That's not really being
And you can hear,
responsible, though.
at least 10, maybe 20.
No, not very much.
Abdicating.
20 years of my male-female hour at pragertopia.com. It's affiliated with my radio show.
Pragertopia. Did he
Utopia.
just...
I do a male-female hour on my radio show. And you can hear at least 10, maybe 20 years of my male-female hour at pragertopia.com.
Pragertopia. Like utopia.
Right. Oh,
Like his way of thinking is the utopia. We're not implying this at all.
It's affiliated with my radio show, and it's worth going there.
15 minutes into this a quarter of the section into this, he still hasn't said anything about his point.
Anyway, so I once asked women, said call in. I usually have men and women call in, but I said only women call in. What do you define as masculine?
I'm watching Manda's reactions. That's why I'm not looking to the right anymore. Let's look at Manda's reactions. Okay, go.
Well, he's asking women who watch his show, which means they're all, right-wing cunts that fucking live under the thumb of their stupid husbands. They're white, rich husbands. So of course they're going to say whatever he wants them to say. Fuck this guy so hard.
Also, if you define the woman's place as being in the home, of course you're going to imply that the fucking masculinity is based on responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want to take care of themselves in that situation, that sounds horrible to say that. But
Guess what?
put yourself in that role.
I raised my kid by myself. Fuck him. Fuck his face. So.
There you go.
Fucking sure. And did well.
Most men could not answer, what do women find definitionally masculine? And I didn't know what they would say, to be honest. I mean, I know as a man, I meet a guy, I immediately respond to if he's masculine or not.
Is that me or does that sound slightly...
Inner repressed feelings? Is anyone else feeling some inner repressed feelings coming from Mr. PragerU here? He instantly knows the alpha male. He knows when he meets a guy who's going to be the top and bottom. He knows.
He knows who's the pitcher and who's the catcher.
We are now halfway through and we still don't know what women want. We just know that he might be a little bit gay. So.
Okay, and I like masculine men. I like strong masculine men.
He likes strong masculine men.
Right.
I have not watched this.
Sample that, Dave.
Oh. We're just going to go back and do that without pausing. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Oh, Sarah's just arrived. Sarah, you're just in time for Mr. PragerU to let us know about his inner gay feelings.
Women said call in. I usually have men and women call in, but I said only women call in. What do you define as masculine? Most men could not answer. What do women find definitionally masculine? And I didn't know what they would say, to be honest. I mean, I know as a man, I meet a guy, I immediately respond to if he's masculine or not. Okay, and I like masculine men. I like strong masculine men. Strength is one of the things that I identify with masculinity.
He likes the man with the muscles.
Anyway, it was fascinating.
I'm going to go and get
Virtually
another
every
beer.
woman who
It's
called
only
in
going to
said,
take me a few
responsible.
seconds.
That's what made a man masculine. So it's just worthy of all of eight.
Sorry, we didn't hear that over Geo leaving for so.
It was fascinating to me. Virtually every woman who called in said responsible. That's what made a man masculine.
Who said that beforehand? Who gets the bingo? Who gets the bingo points?
Dave, where Dave?
Oh, he's here to
I
me.
remember where he was on the actual screen. So
Yeah, well, we put you on top so it would make it easier. You just point below and everybody's below you.
I know.
So it's just worthy of all of you knowing that, both male and female watching this.
When I unpause it, look up here. What's the crack with all these animals about everywhere?
A guy who is not responsible for himself and hopefully for his partner and his family does not strike. Maybe if she's 16-year-old girl, masculine is a gorgeous guy from that she saw in school or in a movie. But once a woman is about 25, her or understanding of masculine.
Like, anybody wants people to be responsible for themselves. Like, who would want to go out with a lazy bum that doesn't wash or feed himself? And that goes the other way as well. Why would anyone find a woman attractive or want to go out with them if they just lie at home and do... I don't know. I'll be quiet now.
I'm back.
Feeling, is very different. Anyway, all of that is an introduction to the point I want to make.
The point I'm trying to make is responsibility is not definitively masculine. The point of you just need to be responsible.
The problem is it's also relatively another meaningless term.
Responsible or masculine?
Yeah.
Which one? I said two words and you just said...
Both. Well, to be quite honest, both.
Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah, both. I agree.
Right. The most important adult question. What is the most important adult question to you, Mama? Where's the chocolate?
Where's the weed?
There you go.
What?
I like that one.
I'm going to go with
Actually,
that.
where's I know I probably ask for chocolate more often, so probably's right.
Dave,
There's a chocolate.
what's the most important question you've asked as an adult? Is this being recorded?
It's being recorded.
Considering who Dave is and what Dave gets... No. Moving on, Gio, what's the most important question you've asked as an adult?
Well, I guess it would have to and have to do something with the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, but I still don't know how many licks it takes to get to the center. Come on.
I have no idea. That must be a UK reference. Or a USA reference.
How many licks?
42.
42!
We figured that out the other day.
The answer. That's the answer to everything.
Oh.
Growing up, one of the characteristics of
On that, Dave, you missed one of my answers that I said was quite funny, and then you read that instead. The weight of a graviton.
I did not see that.
Yes, the atomic weight of a graviton would have been a good answer, or good question for what is 42, but yeah, you missed that.
I did.
being an adult
Wow.
is to ask
You
a
whiny little
question.
bitch about it.
Do you want...
and ask this all the time about everything. It is one of the most important
Do you know
questions.
what I like best about kicking people from different countries? Now, if I kick Dave, Dave instantly knows. When you kick people from the USA or Australia, you kick them and bring them back quick enough. With the delay, you actually catch their reaction. It's like, what? Because you're back on screen. It's quite funny.
Questions
Such an
you could ever
asshole.
ask.
Somebody ever told you that?
What is the price?
Many times.
It's a funny thing because if you buy something,
It's usually
that's
me.
your first question, right? What is the price? And how do you figure out if you'll buy it? Well, I'm parting with
So
a
that's the most important adult question. What is the price? Like, what must I give you to get back? We couldn't help each other for the sake of helping each other, or just be nice for the sake of... No.
$100 or $50 or 50 cents, so it doesn't matter. I'm parting with that money, so that's the price. But I'm getting something for it. Oh, if I'm getting this, then it's worth it. So when we buy things, that's the only question we ask, other than about the product or whatever we're buying, obviously. How much does it cost? What is the price? People don't do that about anything else, and they should do it about everything. The obvious example. There is a price for
Wait,
anything new.
that
There
was
is a
the
price.
most important adult question. What is the price?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Okay.
Everything has a price. Everything. Nothing is for free.
Including the women he's fucking outside of his marriage.
Sorry, excuse me, I didn't hear that. I was coughing.
And he's fucking outside of his marriage.
Yes, including the women. Yes, including them.
Oh, as Sarah puts it, yeah, he's talking about the hot hookers that he's buying with his money.
Yeah, but he's not talking about. He's talking about other people. He's not talking about. He wants you to do what he's saying. He doesn't do what he's saying, though.
But there, I want to understand why, if he thinks everything has a price, again, why he believes in a fucking religion.
Because it's... It is a trade-off. He's getting eternal happiness and wonderfulness and joy for the small things and the beating you with the Bible till you fucking believe. He gets to go to heaven for that. And have eternal joy and happiness and wonderfulness and all that fucking bullshit.
Citation needed.
So, never mind. That's a question. It's a philosophical question I don't want to get into right now. Never mind.
Go on, carry on.
Go on.
Get back to what I was talking about earlier. There's a price for getting married. There's a price for not.
For women, there's a hell of a price for getting married if you grow up under this fucking...
Getting married. There's a price for having children. There's a price for...
Yeah, sometimes they tell you you're an asshole.
Well, they always tell you you're an arsehole.
Mine hasn't learned that word yet. It's great.
It cost like $65,000 to have a child, something like that. That's the
See,
price.
I find it really weird that in America they put a fucking price on it.
I was just about to say that is not something that I would ever think up. Although in saying that as a joke when I was growing up, my mother always did say to me after I'd passed 18, she read some fucking paper over and she's like, I've spent £1 million on you now, so you owe me. And that's, you know, but as you said, Dave, putting a figure on it, you know?
Come on.
That's strange.
I would love your child.
That's it. I would never think of the cost. Never think of the cost.
Cost is irrelevant.
I was fucking starving. I ain't gonna call her a wee bitch. The wee bitch had fucking toast this morning and pancakes, and I waited till she was finished because she always steals my breakfast. So are you full? Yes. Didn't finish her pancakes. Daddy go make a fucking bacon sandwich. She just opens my half a sandwich and lifts the slice of bacon out and just walks off. And I'm like, right, there's half my breakfast gone. Right, I'm just gonna just deal with that. Okay.
Dude, honey, it gets so much fun.
What the fuck?
That's like
Sarah says my mum was making me pay her back for raising me.
Pardon?
Jesus. No.
Yeah.
No.
I oftentimes tell Angel, you know, like the I gave you life thing, and then he gives me, I didn't fucking ask for this shit back to me, so, you know.
Like, don't get me wrong, when I got a regular job, when I still lived at home with my mother, she took 25% of my wages as rent. And then whenever I did move out, when it got to the point that rent was the same price in a house as paying my mother, worked out better to leave and go to another house. And when I went to do that, she had a big whack of money that she'd kept from the rent that I'd give her. Obviously, she used some of it to put towards food and things that the house needed. But she handed me like £1,000 or £1,500, which was the deposit that I needed to move out. Now, don't get me wrong, she was fucking glad to see the back of me at that stage. But, you know, she had that money and that stability that it was from
I
them.
have to ask, when are you still going home for meals?
No, but I was getting her to do my laundry. It didn't have a washing machine. The fridge man was in the spare room. It was a 2-bedroom. The kitchen was so small. It had economy 7 for fuck's sake. But that's where I met Pot. And he was 16 as of last month. So some good come out of it.
There you go.
Manda, have you anything to add, or are you just wishing I'd shut up?
No.
Moving on.
For not having children. There is a price for living in the city. There's a price for living in a suburb. I mean, everything, if you practice this, you will grow up. And you will also make far more intelligent decisions about your life. Is there a price to go to college? Yes. There a price not to go to college? Yes. So you ask in anything you do, even trivial things. Is there a price? What is the price I pay for playing video games for 3 hours tonight? Well, I get, for the 3 hours, I get fun.
That's it. Maybe a bad back if you've not got a great seat.
Yeah, but he's making the price an actual price, and he's taking philosophical prices.
Yes.
That people would pay, and he's equating them both together. He's lumping them all together.
Yes, money and how you will feel about things, yes.
Apparently you're not
But I
going
pay
to
the
be allowed
price.
to enjoy
I'm
your
not-
life now.
Pardon?
I don't think we're going to be allowed to enjoy our life now.
Not without paying
We
the
have-
price. You have to pay that price, Dave.
Developing in any way. Now, not all fun has to be development. Nonsense fun is a necessary part of life. The question is how much. So everything is a what is the price. Now, what does that have to do with the isolation and quarantining? of much of the human race that is happening at this moment. People are not asking, what is the price?
Yes, they fucking are.
That's the whole fucking point.
Yeah, but he said it as though he included us
No,
in this.
but it's gotta pay. You know, no one's asking the price of quarantine. Everybody's asking the fucking that, and me and Sue, they're asking the price of what happens if we don't quarantine. It's
Yeah, but he's all encompassing. He's taking the whole thing and taking his little spin and pushing it on everyone.
go ahead, man.
This is the administration's agenda. He's going in the direction of saying that the economy is more important than people's lives.
Yes.
There's 30 million people
Yeah.
out of work in this country because our president gave bailout money to the fucking casinos and the hotels and all the big fucking businesses before he even thought to help the small businesses. So they all went under.
Yep.
Not our fault. His fault.
Yeah.
And all he cares about is getting the fucking economy back up so he can make more money, because that's the only goddamn reason he became president, was to give tax breaks to his friends and himself, and to have the mantle of being fucking president because he thinks it's a big deal. And he hated Obama and he wanted to fuck with Obama.
Personally, I don't even think the man wanted to be a president. I think it was to help push the brand. And then when he realized that it was like,
He had plans. He wasn't going to win.
yeah,
He knew he wasn't going to win. He was going to make a fuckload of money out of it.
yeah, that was it. Push the brand. And then it all went tits up for him and he panicked. And it was like, oh! Just fuck everything up. But at least we know it's all Obama's fault.
Thanks, Obama.
The assumption is we're saving lives, saving a lot of lives.
Did he just say the assumption?
And that's the
Yes, he
end
did.
of the issue for vast numbers of people. But we are, if we're grown up, which a lot of people are not, and a lot of people includes world leaders, it includes
They let kids be world leaders now, you know that?
Yeah, his fucking supreme leader is one of them.
major scientists. The fact that you're a world leader doesn't mean you're a grown-up. The fact that you're a scientist doesn't mean you're a grown-up. Grown-up is a grown-up, and a scientist is a scientist, and a president or a prime minister or a king is a president or prime minister or a king. I am unimpressed when people do not juggle this exceedingly difficult moral question of what is the price. I have asked this from the beginning of the quarantine. You know, it's
No, you
interesting.
haven't.
You know that this has never happened.
That's the fucking price. You'd have bailed out your economy. Right? The whole point is you needed to keep the economy fucking ticking over so it could work again afterwards. Yeah, every country apart from America did it.
Yeah, and every country is, or almost every country is getting back on track, and we're fucking drowning in dead bodies.
Yeah.
So,
Less than, I saw the figures. When they get their bailout to people, it was a week of keeping the economy running.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it was barely enough for people to pay their rent, and it was a one-time thing, and most people didn't even fucking get it. So
They needed that once a week, every week, until this was over.
Well, you know, I'm a veteran and I'm on welfare. I get disability payments. I'm not getting a stimulus check. I haven't gotten anything yet, and I'm not even hoping to get anything. So there you go.
well, I was technically working at the time of the stimulus checks, so I didn't get anything, and then we stopped working, so I got fucked.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't care.
We are very lucky here in the UK that we are getting at least that. Although my particular company, even though they're getting money from the government, Dave, do you remember that letter I discussed?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they sent out another one for the week afterwards. Right?
So you've now got 2 weeks holiday.
2 weeks holidays, which means that they in total should have given me a month's notice, but they haven't because they've split it.
Uh-huh.
It's a fuck of a company. Like, it is. They're getting money from the government to replace the wages that they are going to give us. Now, they may have to wait on it, but the reason they're doing this is so whenever everybody that has decided, they give us the option. They said, stay, take the risk, we'll pay you 100%, or leave and get paid by the government by 80%. So a lot of our staff took the 80%. You know, it's what needs to be done. And now they're fucking stinging us and taking, like, we only get 3.5 weeks. And whatever holidays I took before the fucking thing, I'm going to be left with 5 or 6 days left afterwards. It's not my fault this happened.
Nope.
You
There
know?
was no fault of yours.
No fault of mine. But if I still need to take that holiday down the line, I'm going to have to take it as a non-paid day leave. Which means they're going to save the fucking money. And get the fucking money back.
Yeah, so fuck you, right?
Oh, fuck me. Yes, the whole company fucked me. And in particular, people know the past I've had with the company. And I'm there 20 fucking years. They just don't give two flying fucks anymore. And I say all this being in the UK and backed up and all. So I apologise to my American comrades on the fucking screen. But it's
It's all right. It's good to hear. We got to hear it, man.
It's a fucking disaster the way people do this. They don't give a shit about the smaller person. They really don't. Okay, just brought the whole mood down for everybody.
Your fault.
Right, quarantining the healthy. How's this going to go?
The history of the world. Two things have never happened, generally speaking. One, that the world went into quarantine. And secondly, that vast numbers of healthy people went into quarantine. Quarantine was definitionally for those who were ill or were suspected of being ill.
No, people didn't get enough fucking testing done. I guarantee if you'd went to a country that had done testing, they probably only quarantined the sick people. Would I be right in that, Dave?
Sorry, yeah, no. Well, they started off, but it would have ended up this way anyway. The spread rate was too quick.
Yeah, well, I'll give you that. But the whole point of quarantining everybody is because we don't know. And if everybody had better testing, we could work better around it.
Well, no, it's not even better test. If we ultimately we will have reliable testing that would enable us to make certain areas safe. And I suppose there are things we could have done, but not with the knowledge and technology we have.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
There's too big a gap between you getting ill and showing symptoms.
Ill. This is the first time where 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion people, most of whom are healthy, are being quarantined. As of this moment, in the United States, as I speak to you, there are 40,000 Americans who, it is claimed, died from COVID-19.
Okay, 40,000. This is...
It's almost 80,000 now.
That's less than a week. Is that what we said, Dave? This is 5 or 6 days old, this video?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's way more than that.
This is only 5 or 6 days ago.
So it was not the latest figure, something like 5,000 a day.
Dying or diagnosed?
Sorry, dying. I'd be wrong.
2 years ago, somewhere between 60 and 80,000 Americans died of the flu. Nobody even knows that.
76,503 plus 1,750. So,
Again,
plus
what I
80.
keep being annoyed by is why they are comparing a yearly figure to 6 weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, no.
There is no real comparison to, the flu and COVID. I think it's 11.2% more deadly, or times deadlier. And what's the spread rate is a lot higher as well. It's
not a fucking flu.
No, it's
Not the
fucking not.
flu.
I said to you the other day, Amanda, last week I was talking to my father, who is an intelligent enough man, and don't get me wrong, he's not American, sort of what we have to deal with, but he's like, oh, it's the same as the flu and this, that. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. Where's your information? Oh, I know this, somebody told me. No. And then I went back there on Sunday and said this to him, and he just sort of laughed at me. It's...
Hey, my parents get all their information from Fox News. So, oh yeah, it's fun time.
Did you see that?
The fucking first thing that goes on in the morning, and it's on all the way through to the. Oh god.
Which was quite funny because I seen a study there last week, or what was it the other day on the video? Was it Pinterest or one of them videos or something? I said Pindex, and it had what do you call them, narrating it. And the studies actually show that if you watch Fox News or watch no news, you're actually better informed if you watch no news. Because general hearsay, what's out and about, people, know this stuff. But if you watch Fox News, you ignore that. You're actually stupider and less informed for watching Fox News.
Well, duh. I mean, it's complete. You can't even watch it for like 10 minutes. I had to tweet the other day because I was, I catch some of it every once in a while, little snippets of it. And this woman, I think it was one of the fucking blonde bitches, I don't know, Ingram, I think, was talking about the hydroxy, whatever the fuck.
Oh, we've got that coming up. That's 2 topics.
Yeah, hydroxychloroquine. She said that, sometimes the experts are wrong, so why not listen to someone like me? And she's pushing this shit because the president is pushing. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, that is so goddamn dangerous. For one little throwaway comment.
Well, we're going to find out why it's so bad. He's going to tell us why it's so bad now in a wee minute.
Kyle, shut the fuck up. God damn it. You're an icon, so am I.
I was, there you go.
Go into quarantine then. Now, you could give a whole host of issues, but these are fair questions. The price that is being paid for this quarantine in people losing their livelihoods, their savings, the business.
I thought he was going to say lie and then just stop, but he had to say livelihood and savings. That's nothing to do with lives. Just
that they have worked on their whole lives. Already, there's been a serious increase in psychiatric medicines that have been prescribed to people for depression and anxiety. These are prices. What is the price? Now, you may say, well, the price of non-quarantine will...
Do you not be suffering from that just from being at home? People are under stress. And it's a fucking hard time. Like, you can't just equate all these things together.
Will be X number of dead, though nobody in the world knows what that X is. Okay, that's obviously a very fair argument. That's not theoretically, that is why there is a quarantine. But a mature person, an adult, asks, well, what price are we paying? How many spouses and kids will be abused in dysfunctional homes because they're stuck together and the kid, let's say, can't go to school? By the way, Sweden did not close its schools, did not close its restaurants.
Yeah, I mean,
does not make everybody wear masks.
Home where they could be fucking dead because they caught, there is at least 5 cases of teachers in my town that got it.
Sweden's a fucking hard thing to look at the minute. I was looking at that. You still need to wait and see what way. It's a different approach. There's a lot of people waiting to see how that comes out. And you could not have applied that to America. It just wouldn't. No.
Mm-hmm. And Sweden, if there is a second wave, Sweden may be the country that is best capable of dealing with a second wave since they will have what is called herd immunity. Vast number.
Dave, is Sweden...
Yeah, we did a real fucking good job with the first wave.
Is Sweden a secular country?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, just checking. Yes. Yeah, okay.
Of people who simply have immunity to the disease because they're...
That particular video I watched that had the study about the Fox News thing also said that quite a high percentage of people in America don't think Finland exists because Finland cannot continuously come out on top.
That's why they think it's made up.
Yeah.
To make socialist policies look good.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I have never heard this before.
Did you not watch the whole video? I sent you the link.
Ask your parents.
What link? What the fuck are you talking about?
I sent you the video.
You have to ask your parents tomorrow if they think Finland exists.
Oh, they'll tell me no, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it comes out on top all the time. People say it doesn't exist. And the video I sent you, the one that you come back and went, I can see why you like it. It's got lots of graphs in it.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing because I was talking to you.
Yeah, but I've been to Finland.
No, it doesn't exist.
You're a paid shill.
Yep, paid shill.
Oh, what was that place that the place I was at didn't exist?
Doesn't exist. Oh.
The vast majority of people who get COVID-19 don't even know it. I wonder how many of you know that. And a tiny, tiny percentage die from it. Tiny percentage.
Tiny.
Wait a minute. He just said the majority. That means more than he's talking about the majority of people who get the virus don't even know they have it.
Mm-hmm.
that's entirely possible.
Yeah. But it's a tiny percentage of people that die from it. Although when we had Doc Savage on here, did he not say people over 60 was up in the 70% that they were going to die? 80%?
Over 70 at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, the problem you've got at the moment, statistics are wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the statistics right now are based upon percentages of people that end up in hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you are in that, the over 70 that ends up in hospital, you've basically got a 1 in 4 chance of dying.
It's because you're already there. You know, it's got to that stage.
Yes, this is.
Oh, and in America, you don't have any fucking ventilators. Because
I heard you have the best ventilators.
Yeah, the best ventilators in the world.
Fucking damn it, Dave. the federal stockpile of ventilators, Trump wouldn't give to the states at first because he said they were for the
What?
For who?
country.
For who?
I don't understand why who the fuck are they for if not for the fucking states? And then he made them bid on them and never did anything. They sent money to companies that they didn't vet to make more ventilators, which never happened, and all that money got wasted. And we don't have enough now, and that's why so many people are fucking dying. God damn it. I hate this shit.
America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And nearly all of them had other awful conditions like diabetes and heart failure and so on. So I have posed this question: what is the price? That's what I think mature people should ask. But the immature dismiss those people as not caring about people dying, which is particularly stupid. Since, do you know anyone who doesn't care if they die? Maybe you know someone who doesn't care if anybody else dies. I frankly have never met such a person. But let's say you know
I wouldn't care if you died. Sorry, man, I'd say that. No, moving on.
such a callous human being. Everybody cares if they die. So it's a little preposterous to say, oh, they don't care. What do you mean they don't care? They may die, right? Nobody is guaranteed not to die from it. So the people asking the questions clearly care about people dying. But they also care about people losing their dignity and losing their livelihoods and becoming wards of the state. And for that matter, dying of hunger.
But you don't have to. You know? It's fucked up.
According to him, that's not right. You can't do that.
Must base everything around money.
That's like childish thinking,
Yeah.
actually. Well, wait, you can't do that because I said you can't.
I'm sorry. It's like the GOP agenda, and it's all about how much money they can get their hands on. That's all they care about. That's like when I listen to my parents talk about the liberals. What do they call them? I don't fucking remember. But it's every time it's like, oh, they just want to give free money to everybody, and that's why they hate us so much. It's not what we want to do, first of all, but second of all, like, why? So we want to help like feed poor children and shit, like give people health care, and we're terrible fucking people.
I don't understand.
Yet your side gives fucking $1 trillion tax breaks to every fucking corporation in this country and fucking rich person. Fuck me. I
understand why they don't fucking. These policies have been worked out as to what is economically best, right? And what is economically best that puts everyone ahead is when you help everyone out.
No.
And over again, they go for not doing that because it's giving some people money. It's like the fucking NHS and arguing the shit we've got at the moment about people from other countries using the NHS. And it's a negligible cost.
Yeah, I know.
And the price
that's the whole. That's what
would
keeps.
be more. What?
I'm saying that's what the economy is all about. If no one has money, then the economy goes to shit.
Go on, carry on. I really need to go to bed, so we need to go faster, really.
All over the world. I was reading an
We'll
article.
do the hydroxychloroquine after that, and we'll not get into the many successful patients. We'll maybe keep that for later.
Okay.
Well, in the New York Times about a guy
I've been
in-
looking forward to Amanda's reaction when we get to the hydroxychloroquine, so I'm definitely not
Well,
listening.
it's a miracle cure, isn't it?
It is a miracle cure.
Bangladesh who makes
Yeah, right.
makes a living by supplying genes to American companies. Man has no income in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, if you have no income, it's not quite the same as not having an income in Western Europe or the United States or some other places. It's hard for the
I'm
Bangladeshi
sorry.
government to
Have
take care
you
of
been
you. It's
homeless
not-
before in America? You fucking asshole. We have a horrible homelessness problem here. People die constantly because of it. Fuck your face.
Yeah, and how much time has he actually spent in Bangladesh?
Bangladesh.
I know, right?
It was
Just because,
Bangladesh.
like, if you're living on the street and you have no money, it's kind of going to be the same everywhere.
Oh no, it's
So,
better in America because people give you McDonald's. You know, when you're sitting on the street, they bring you up free food and stuff, and they give you McDonald's. There's no McDonald's in Bangladesh.
Look at these.
Did she freeze? Oh no, she's back.
It's not a rich government. Read another article about people in Cambodia. I've been to Cambodia. Cambodia is a very sad place because of the communist auto-genocide that took place
Them fucking commies.
What is
in
it
the 1970s.
sad everywhere
when
in
the communist
Cambodia?
regime killed about a third of all
Oh.
Cambodians, between a third and a half. People should all know about it, but if you went to college, you probably never learned it. I'm not sure exactly what you do learn in college, other than, at least in America, that America's a terrible place, and that you're a victim if you're not a white male. That's
It really just took a turn, didn't it? Like,
pretty much what I think most people
Yeah,
learn
what the
in college.
heck was that?
yeah.
Sorry to say.
They're just dropping it in there, you know, because if you're a white male, you're going to get picked on. Them damn liberal colleges, America's bad, you know. You just have to throw all these things out there so you can hear them.
There's a big price paid for what we're doing,
yeah.
and it may not be worth it. It's a very fair question to ask, but it needs to be discussed. That's what adults do. They ask, "What's the price?" Okie doke.
Yeah, fucking live.
Time
Fuck
for
you.
the video question. Ooh, one shot.
Hey there, Mr. Prager. My name is Justin Hartris. I attend Michigan State University, and I am a Prager Force member. I'm also a phlebotomist at Sparrow Hospital, and I've drawn blood on countless coronavirus patients.
Also a cat rapist.
Phlebotomist.
Okay, we got a fan. We got a fan in the audience.
I had a question for you. We use hydroxychloroquine to treat patients here in Michigan with very positive effects. So I was wondering, why is it such a controversial issue for us to be using this life-saving drug? Also, I want...
Life. Oh, look at Mash, she's having a panic attack. See, this is why I want to keep this. I'm so excited. Manda, thoughts? Thoughts, Manda?
So the people that they have treated with hydroxychloroquine is that we're already over the hump to begin with. It's a small sample size, so you have people that were already getting better, and they're giving them this drug that probably could have killed, and actually still killed quite a few of them, people that were getting better from it, and fuck me. Yeah, no, it is not some miracle cure. It doesn't. It's
Life-saving.
not, it's fucking dangerous.
I want to thank you for being the man, the myth.
Let's go back and hear that again.
Also,
The man. He's the
also,
man.
people that need it for lupus and what's the other
Malaria?
thing that they use it for? Can't remember.
MS.
They're not getting it now because people are stockpiling this shit to treat fucking COVID. So the people that actually need this medication are going without it, and there's a lot of that shit going on around here. So, fuck that.
Wow.
Where do you hear the fan?
Use hydroxychloroquine to treat patients here in Michigan with very positive effects. So I was wondering, why is it such a controversial issue for us to be...
Does anyone else see him rubbing his knee very profusely while staring at a young little boy? No?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Watch.
No.
using this life-saving drug? Also, I want to thank you for being the man,
That's really creepy.
Super creepy.
This guy's a
the myth,
real
the legend,
boy.
Dennis Prager.
Oh no, we have to just look at the way he stares at the camera when the young lad's saying he's the man, the myth, the legend.
Use hydroxychloroquine to treat patients here in Michigan with very positive effects. So I was wondering, why is it such a controversial issue for us to be using this life-saving drug? Also, I want to thank you for being the man, the myth, the legend, Dennis Prager.
Bring in the myth.
Ugh.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Good to hear from you, Justin, at Michigan State. You could not have asked a more perfect question. I have to control myself on this one because
It's getting less than 15 minutes of the time dedicated to it, but it's very important.
I am quite angry. So he is drawing blood at a hospital in Michigan, USA, right, with COVID-19 patients. He sees at this hospital hydroxychloroquine working magnificently with patients who have
No,
COVID-19.
he doesn't. He doesn't know shit. He's a fucking undergrad. Let's take advice from some fucking college kid from a fucking party school. Fuck your face.
Yeah, it's all
Tell
hearsay.
us how you really feel, Manda.
It's hearsay.
It is a shithole. Eat my dick. Okay.
Right.
Seriously.
Do you want to go on to the many successful treated patients so you can scream a wee bit more, or will we end it now? She broke the internet. Oh no, she's back. Do you want to hear about the many successfully treated patients, or shall we end it, man? Well, we're going to it. We're doing it.
So why is it controversial is his question. There are actually two answers. The biggest answer is very scary. The biggest single answer is spelled T-R-U-M-P, Trump. President Donald Trump of the United States announced
Aren't you happy now I let it play?
at the beginning of this crisis
Yeah,
that
we
he has
hate
a sense
Trump
that
so much. We would
hydroxychloroquine,
go against
which has
his
been used
advice
for about
to save lives, just to fuck him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're the worst on the
70 years
left
for
side.
people with rheumatoid arthritis and lupus,
that's
and which
such
is
flawed
therefore
logic.
extremely
It's
safe
insane.
and of course approved.
Yeah.
Not approved specifically, obviously, couldn't be. It's a brand new disease, COVID-19, but it's a safe product. Every product has some bad side effects. Aspirin can kill you, but
You ready? You want to say something, Manda?
Every product
A lot
has,
of people die from aspirin overdoses every year.
Dave?
You, God.
I was just repeating the every product has some side effects, like he's comparing apples with fucking oranges. This tablet might make me sick, and this drug's gonna fucking screw my heart completely. They're the same.
Yep.
Oh boy.
we don't talk about the possible rare side effect. It's very safe. I had a man on my radio show. He's an MD in New York, the epicenter of the disease in the United States.
So this guy will know.
He has treated 1,450 COVID-19 patients. He has given 405 patients. The other 1,000 did not need it. They were doing better. He gave 405 hydroxychloroquine, and 403 were healed. 2 died.
2 died. This would be interesting to go and see when they were
Okay,
giving.
now
what
now we
stage they
can
were
we
giving
can
it.
take that at face value, right? Or we could just dismiss it at face value.
It's a story, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a story, and it would be nice to go and find out if this was true, find out about it, you know, and
Yeah. Is he gonna?
Why is there only a paper published on the 39?
yeah.
Where's the citation needed? Citation needed.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Those people already were clearly sick because he would have given it to everybody theoretically. He was so angry. I'll tell you his name, Vladimir Zelenko. Look him up.
There you go, Vladimir Zelenko. Look him up.
No,
And-
you
and
look him
he's
up,
an
Prager.
MD.
Fucking 2 screens. I can't look him up. Someone else look him up.
in New York City, and he sends certain patients to Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City. And Dr. Zelenko was furious at the opposition to hydroxychloroquine. And he said
you
he gave 4
found
reasons.
one doctor in this whole country that wanted to use it,
Yeah.
aside from the ones that work under the administration. Okay.
A sample of one.
Right.
Yeah, out of probably like 50,000 at least.
Yeah.
You.
That's real good there, Prager. You.
Do you want to get some Trump hatred out of your system, Manda? Or Gio, you're also American.
Dave Dave's the one who said he needed to go to bed. So
Go on, carry on.
I asked him the
No,
question
I'm
you
good.
just
I'm
asked.
good.
He gave 4 reasons, but the 2 that I found most persuasive are Trump and arrogance. I'll come to the arrogance in a moment. First, back to Trump. there is a hatred of Donald Trump that is so spectacularly irrational that
Totally irrational to dislike Trump and hate him for what he's done. Totally irrational.
Problem is, they refuse to acknowledge that he does anything wrong.
Yeah, I know.
And whilst they refuse to acknowledge he does anything wrong, how can anyone take them seriously? And when they turn around and say we hate Trump, people hate Trump. It's
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's a problem.
My question is this: don't they ask why we hate him so much?
It's
There's
irrational.
got to be a reason. There's never been a president hated by the other side as much as we hate Trump, and there's a good reason, and we know it. But why haven't they thought to consider that?
Yeah, I know. There's good reason, and we know it.
Millions of people, I believe this, and this is proof, millions of people are rooting for hydroxychloroquine not to work. In other words, it is better that people die than Donald Trump be right.
Who said that ever?
Come on, the man's an idiot. He
Who
can't be
said
right.
that ever?
He's not right about anything.
But
That
you
is
would
just-
rather people die than Trump be correct.
That's an idiotic statement. Idiotic.
So I broached the subject of how Trump fucked up this whole coronavirus thing in our country because he called it a hoax for 2 months with one of my parents the other day. And it was my mom. And she said that they didn't tell him that it was this bad. And not only this they was the left. The left was in charge of telling him how bad the virus was, even though the whole fucking rest of the world knew and was telling him. But it was only the left's job to do it, and they didn't tell him it was that bad, so it's our fault. I don't know how the fuck this weird convoluted logic came to be. Obviously came from Fox News, but he didn't, first of all, you didn't need to be told, like I said, because the whole fucking world knew it. But obviously, he doesn't listen to the people on the left anyway, so for her to say that it was their job to tell him how bad I don't know, the whole fucking thing is ridiculous. It all comes from Fox, so.
We're blaming Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a Fox News perspective, right? That they're pushing. Wow, that is insanity.
Yeah, sit down and listen to just 30 minutes of it sometime.
No way.
It
No
is
way. I can't do
fucking
it.
nuts.
Gio just
No.
refuses. No.
That is how deep the hatred of Donald Trump is.
Not
It
doing
is
it.
sick. People who have it think they're healthy and they think they're moral. It is sick. You can oppose him, you can vote for the other party, you can vote for his opponent, you can work against him, but to hate him to that extent is sick. It is morally sick and psychologically sick.
No. Again, anybody point out who said this?
And this is the smoking gun. Had this been touted by Dr. Fauci, or had this been touted by Barack Obama, or any Democrat for that matter, people would have been going crazy to find out it works. That's how much he is hated.
But it wouldn't have been because we're not
It is,
fucking
the
morons
other-
that want to kill people.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's like the kid who says, "Yeah, I got bubble gum in my hand." Well, how do you get it out? I don't know. Just do this. It's like, what the heck? Do what? Do this.
Well, that was a lot of fun. I think it's established that we do not like PragerU. I think we can all agree.
Establish that next time we do a PragerU video,
No.
I think we need to allocate about 5 minutes for every 30 seconds.
Really?
We got through 25 minutes of 33. We did okay. We did well. We did better than I fucking thought we were going to do.
Oh, good.
So,
He's hard to stomach, boy. He's really hard.
yeah, that man, no. That's why I don't watch a lot of PragerU videos. This was all Dave's idea. I wanted to watch Kent Hovind.
Why you don't watch a lot of PragerU videos like you would?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
Why would you?
Right. Well, on that. What, Dave?
Because I want to learn things.
Yes.
Where else to go than the university to learn things?
He's a learner.
Mama, you're at the top of the pile. What have you got coming up? Stuff on your
Stuff.
channel. Dave,
Any stuff?
I'd say post your
Any
links,
what
but it makes
stuff?
no difference. So, Dave's got his stuff.
No, wait. I have you two assholes on my channel this weekend.
Oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing Rick and Morty apparently, Dave.
Are we?
Yes, this Saturday we're doing Rick and Morty. I only found out today.
Rick and Morty Day?
Yes, we're
Yeah,
doing
right,
TV
Rick and Morty
time.
Day.
TV time on
pretty cool.
Manda's. TV time on Manda's this Saturday, which will be 2 a.m. for us, Dave. You gonna be up?
No.
No, we can change the time. The time is,
2 a.m. No.
no, it doesn't have to be 2 a.m.
It's fucking always 2. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We'll do it 9 p.m. UK, something like that. 10 p.m. UK. We'll work something out. But this weekend, apparently, me and Dave are doing Rick and Morty on Manda's channel. So
I hope you're not
Apparently.
expecting a deeply intellectual conversation about it.
I know this is the conversation I had earlier with her. I'm like, I'm no good at remembering fucking episode names, and Dave.
Yeah, but when you get into it, it just comes to you. It'll come to you.
It'll
I
come
know.
to us.
Won't come
Talk about it. You don't have
We'll
to
be grand.
know
We'll be grand.
episode names and shit.
We'll be grand. It'll be fun. Yeah. Right. I have people on my show and other stuff. Come back. Hit the button. Do the YouTube things with the bell and the liking and the subscribing and all. Need more subscribers. Come on. Right. Everybody. Thank you all for coming. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll see you all later. Bye. Oh,
Cheers.
oinking out. Yeah.